internet connection tonight, everybody on YouTube.
Yay!
Right now, the trailer is playing for the upcoming 80s horror movie documentary that I'm trying to get the Horror Syndicate involved in for a couple of the extras interviews.
I'd like to just really, I want to see it more than anything. I don't want to pay $66 to back the fucking Kickstarter, though, which was like the lowest to get the Blu-ray.
Yeah, no, we don't have to pay for the extras. Just waiting for them to send me questions. So, not to beat a dead horse with another dead horse, but watch Halloween 2 again. Still not as good as 2018.
I watched Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie one, last weekend. That movie is, that's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's weird because I feel like it's actually Rob Zombie's best movie if it wasn't a Halloween movie. It actually has an attempt at characters and a coherent story and stuff. It just doesn't work at all, and it's got some really dumb shit with his wife in it, but otherwise, it was okay, but it's not a Halloween movie in the slightest. You can tell he did not want to make a sequel to that movie, and he was like, fuck it, I'll take another script I wrote and put Michael Myers in it. Although I really don't like how Michael Myers is a WWF wrestler in that movie, and he just body slams people and is ripping people apart with his bare hands. I'm like, is he Jason? Because I'm pretty sure Michael Myers doesn't do this stuff.
I like the second one.
You still haven't seen the new one, have you, Mike?
No, I don't know when I will. I'll probably just see it when someone inevitably brings it over on DVD and says, you actually might really like this, and then I'll watch it and say, yeah, I actually really didn't. Well, that's usually how it goes, but if it's good, that's cool. I'm not really a big Halloween fan in general, so it's not really gonna matter to me if it's canon or not.
Then you'll love it.
Yeah, I saw so many mixed things about it from people that love Halloween, so I'm like, eh.
The people who really love Halloween just said they liked it. The people who didn't care for the series, like myself, loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still need to watch it again.
I don't know. Does Halloween 2? I felt like they added that story that they were siblings just to be like, here's something that we can just throw in to show some type of story. It doesn't seem rushed. Laurie wasn't even in it that whole time.
The new Suspiria will be coming out pretty soon, guys.
It's out. It's out.
Is it out this weekend?
Yeah, they're actually playing it in Lancaster.
I'm buying tickets tonight. We're getting tickets for $6.
It's like an hour away from me.
Speaking of which, Suspiria trailer's playing right now.
I was gonna say, if it's that random of a theatrical release, it might not be anywhere near me.
I doubt it's as random or as like a Neon Demon was.
Yeah.
You know how limited that was?
Have you guys? Oh, go ahead.
What'd you say, Mike?
Neon Demon was a theatrical?
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was very, very sparse. I had to drive all the way to Kansas City to see it.
I didn't see it. I knew that was pretty obscure. As far as it wasn't a mainstream indie movie. I didn't think mainstream enough to get actual theatrical.
Yeah.
Mandy just came out. Speaking of which, Mandy just came out on DVD and Blu-ray. I saw it at Walmart. I almost bought it, but I feel like I'm gonna hate it because Beyond the Black Rainbow. I love the way it looks, but I thought the movie was trash. And Mandy looks like the exact same movie, but with Nicolas Cage, which is not a benefit for me.
Mandy was fucking awesome.
It looks like it might be fun, but I don't know, with the chainsaws and all that kind of crazy shit. But I feel like it's either going to be B-movie fun or it's going to be really, really art housey and boring. I don't know which it's going to be. So I don't feel like those two things would mesh very well.
The first part is art house. The second part is B movies. Okay. So you get the best of both worlds that you kind of fear right now.
Jesus. Suspiria is over 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
trailer, I heard it was very, very boring. People were saying that it's good, but it's really slow.
Yeah, it's not showing within 50 miles of me.
What's the next Hereditary? Yo, the Tom York soundtrack. I had to listen to the Goblin soundtrack after I spent the whole day listening to it and just being like, we'll talk about it when we go live. How I felt about the soundtrack.
So I've got, like, next to me here, I have the junk that's going to be in, like, the stocking edition. I figure if we want to talk about, like, I can give, like, an exclusive, like peek at all the extras because I haven't announced any of that shit anywhere.
All right,
So I can, like, talk about that and show off what, you know, is actually in it and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Do that.
All right, we got the intro playing.
Because you're really just buying that Damien Maffei autograph, right?
Yeah.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our tonight's episode of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. We have the award-winning director here tonight, Mike Lombardo. We originally had him last year as a guest on our show, and he has been now accepted as a family member on the Horror Syndicate, and tonight is his big day. We're going to get into all of that. I see the guys over there wearing red. Mike's wearing his Christmas shirt. I'm wearing my Jason Voorhees Christmas sweater. So that only means one thing. Halloween is over, and we're getting ready for a White Doomsday. So my name is Brian Enright. You can follow me on Facebook at Brian Enright, or you can follow me on Instagram at The Horror Jew. Up next, we have Jared Letourneau. Jared, good evening.
Good evening, Brian.
Yeah, you're good.
Sweet. Hello, everybody at home. You guys can follow me on Facebook at Jared Letourneau or follow me on the Twatverse at @zombie_survivor. Woohoo!
All right, thank you, Jared. Up next, I'm gonna switch around the order a little bit here. Up next, we have President Ray Zor. Ray, good evening.
Good evening. You can follow me at Razor_33 on Twitter or at Razor33 on Instagram because I've been way more active lately. And you can also follow me following Mike Lombardo around, picking up his droppings.
Yeah.
My little presents.
That's quite a job too, by the way, from what I hear.
Yeah, it is. Being a Lombardo turd collector.
All right, thank you very much, Ray. And of course, our special guest of the evening / co-host, Mr. Mike Lombardo, the award-winning director of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. Mike, good evening.
Good evening, everybody. I'm very excited to be here, obviously. I always am, but I'm especially excited tonight because I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday just went up for pre-order on DVD, Blu-ray, and VHS.
Woo!
Hopefully,
Yeah!
disc, Betamax, and Wax disc to follow. But you can find me at www.realsplatter.com. That's real with 2 E's. Facebook.com/realsplatter. But most importantly, you can find me on ScreamTeamReleasing.com. Fuck, I've been waiting so long to tell you people this.
Yeah!
That's where the pre-orders are. And there are signed copies and special edition things, and we're going to get into that tonight. And there's also a surprise from the Horror Syndicate that we're going to be doing probably next week. That's very, very exciting that you guys will probably enjoy. And we'll get into that too. But back to you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Mike. So this is exciting news. Those who have been watching us live, we had Mike as a guest last year. I believe it was Jared who found Mike off the streets trying to get people to be aware of his movie that he was making, I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. And Jared was like, let me help this little fellow out and bring him on the show and see what we can do to make sure he is heard, because this little guy deserves a voice, and we're going to be that voice. So we brought a Mike on as a guest, and we've all shared moments together on PlayStation Network playing Friday the 13th, the video game together. There were moments where Mike would just have the headset talking to us, taunting us, while his girlfriend, Lex Quinn, was playing, and played a lot better than Mike did against us. Mike would probably kill Jared because Jared was very easy and weak. But we were able to all play together, and we all became friends from Friday the 13th, the video game, online. So then we were like, you know what, fuck it, let's bring Mike Lombardo on our show. He was promoting this comic book called Cinnabon, which he completely dropped that project after I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday took off the ground and started getting a lot of buzz around the film circuit. No, I'm kidding. Cinnabon's still active, as you heard from Mike just now, saying he completely forgot about it.
Yeah,
so
it is coming. Where the artist is working on a major comic that I can't talk about right now, so he's very busy.
Oh,
sorry.
That's exciting.
So then we decided to change the format. We decided to bring on Mike because he was such a great guest when we had him on our show. So now here we are. I don't know how many episodes we're in, but we're almost at an entire year of this new lineup for THS Lives. And, the pleasure is all ours having Mike Lombardo join us for this entire year and being a family member of the Horror Syndicate. So, Mike, your movie got released on a Scream Team releasing.
Pre-order is up. It's not actually released yet. I still won't believe it until I actually get the copies in the mail. Then I'll believe that it exists. That should not dissuade you from spending money on it. It will exist, I promise.
So for those who don't know what I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday is, we have the director right here, ladies and gentlemen. Mike, how did everything get started?
Oh Christ. Well, I wrote a short story back in 2012 because my mom was in the hospital, the ICU, with kidney failure, stage 4 kidney failure, and she almost died. She recovered, thankfully, but during that time, it was probably the worst point in my entire life. I lost my father. I lost a bunch of friends to cancer. Like, I had a lot of bad shit happening, so I was in a very dark place. So I wrote a story about kind of the magic of childhood being eroded and how you have to deal with reality more and more as you get older, and just losing people in grief and despair and all that. And it kind of took the form of this apocalyptic Christmas movie or story. Got published, people liked it. Everyone kept saying, make a movie out of it. And I said, I can't do that. I work But eventually, 2014, I decided, fuck it, let's give this a shot. So I was going to make a short film. Got about halfway through it and realized we were in the middle of making a feature, and I was just too stupid to realize it. So we made the full movie, and 3 years later, here we are. A really successful festival run. We had 6 awards and 13 nominations. Got to travel all over the place. We just screened in Liverpool, England last week, and Ontario the week before. Today, we played in our last festival was in Florida, Orange Park, Florida, I believe. So that was really cool. Then 4 hours later, it goes up for pre-order through Scream Team. So it's been a fucking wild ride, and you guys have been there for the whole thing, and I really appreciate that. You boys have been my rock. You guys are also responsible for me getting this distribution deal with Justin Seaman of Scream Team Releasing, who was a guest on the show.
That's not true. No. You made a really good movie, and fates just happened to align, and he wanted to see your movie. And, if your movie sucked, I'm pretty sure he would have been like, that's an adorable little movie you've made, Mike. best of luck to you, pal.
Now you sound like my ex-girlfriend.
But, I'm glad that you got distro, and we here at the Horror Syndicate had to keep it a secret.
I know.
For the longest fucking time.
It was killing me because people would just message me constantly every time I'd see someone. Hey, when's Doomsday coming out? I'm like, it's not coming out before Christmas.
Wait. Can we talk about it now?
I hope so. I'm still not sure. I'm still not entirely fucking sure are we allowed to or not. So I'm just going to throw caution into the wind tonight and tell everyone all about it. But yeah, that was really hard to not say anything about that, especially because we are doing like a limited VHS run, and people kept saying I want it on video, and I'm like, boy, that's something that'll never happen. That's how we're designing the VHS art. I'm like, yes. So yeah, it's been a crazy time, and it's really cool to be on Scream Team too because they've got a lot of badass movies. Like, I really like Scream Team, and I like Justin a lot, and that's cool because I respect what he does, and a lot of the distro people that approached us were just like random faceless companies. And as much as I would love to have the movie title changed to like The Terrible Christmas and have a bad Photoshop cover and then dumped at Walmart in the $5 bin, I'm really happy because Justin pretty much let me do whatever I wanted and kind of allowed me to put out like almost like a Criterion or Arrow quality Blu-ray of this movie. Like, he let me put as many extras as I wanted in reversible art and all that fucking stuff that us Blu-ray collector geeks are all about. And that's really to, you know, see like something that I made get that kind of treatment. I thought that was really, really cool. And, you know, they're a great product. And yeah, I'm just really excited. All the people we came up on the festival circuit with pretty much came through Scream Team now. So it's like, as Max Groh from Bong of the Living Dead said, it's the cool kids table. And that's really, really awesome. I'm really honored to be alongside all those guys and gals. And with you guys. I love you guys. This is so fun. Like, this is like the perfect way to celebrate this pre-order going up today is by hanging out with you guys on the show right now. Like, I love this.
It is a very exciting time, man. Like, I think I was looking back at my article when I dropped your teaser trailer, and it was almost 2 years ago when we dropped the teaser trailer. Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, that makes well shit, man. I met you like a decade ago online.
Yeah.
Like,
and then Ray reposted my review of your movie, and that was almost a year ago that I posted that. So I mean, we've loved your movie for a long fucking time now.
well,
I'm just gotta say I'm really excited that I get to have an actual physical copy now of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday instead of like searching the torrent sites and trying to find available.
It's really bad quality. I was really
I'm very upset that the only copy I got was the 3-hour 4K version with ending in Baby's Kids. What's up?
Damien Maffei just joined. He's watching right now.
Oh, excellent.
What up, Damien?
Hey, Damien, you should check out this movie called I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. It's really good.
Damien played the dad in our movie. He's also the man in the mask from The Strangers Pray at Night. And he loves Maximum Overdrive. That's his favorite movie. I just want to put that out there because we didn't get a chance to talk about that on the commentary track.
Holy moly.
It's a great fucking movie.
I just bought that. I got that in the mail the other day.
It's no reversible cover though, which I'm not a fan of.
After Lombardo, he forcefully made me buy Creepshow.
Dude, I still haven't popped that thing in, but man, it is the most beautiful looking.
I think I'm gonna pop it in tonight.
But yeah, so it's okay with you guys. I'm gonna give everyone here a little peek at what's going to be on the Blu-ray disc because of Doomsday. We actually haven't been able to announce it at all until today when it went up.
Well, before you do that, can we go through some of the Facebook things?
Oh, sure.
Because somebody says, "Hi, Mikey, you emotional wrecker. May the gods bless you. Fuck, I don't even have a VHS player, which is called a VCR.
Yes.
Chuck Pence, but I love want one, Mike." Mike Lombardo says he's keeping his sealed on shelf. Is that true?
I don't know. I would love to, but I don't know. Ask me when I'm holding it in my hands. We'll see how my willpower is.
Right.
Yeah. Probably going to end up my VCR pretty quick.
Keith Saunders says, it's that Doomsday guy.
Yeah, I don't like it either, Keith. It's all right.
Michael Darwin says, congratulations, Mr. Lombardo. Wrong pronunciation, of course. Keith Saunders, I'll answer the question. When is the sequel? There's not going to be one, right, Mike?
I don't know.
No, there's not going to be one.
Have plans for it, so we'll see.
I decided there's not going to be a new one because you got another movie to do first.
I can't wait for a sequel of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday.
Need some more Doomsday merch,
so many characters.
shirts, cookies, action figures. Yeah, I need to talk to Justin. High Stranger and Kenny Foslo Solo Jr. is lost. So anyway,
So
let's do it.
Speaking of Doomsday merch, there may be a very special thing I'm working on right now. We'll see. It's still in production, and I don't know if it's going to get done soon or not. But there will be something along the lines of a figure that I shouldn't really talk about right now because it still might go tits up. I don't know, but we're working on something very cool that'll be very, very limited. Unfortunately, also very expensive, but it's going to be really, really awesome if we can do it. And I'll have details on that soon.
Yeah.
But anyway, so as you guys probably have heard, White Doomsday is up for pre-order right now. We have if you want to check out ScreamTeamReleasing.com, you'll see the movie all over there, and you can check out the different stuff. But the different packages, we have the Blu-ray DVD combo, which for some people still get confused by that. It's a Blu-ray disc and a DVD, so if you have either player, you can use it. They're both identical discs. There's nothing extra on either of them that's not on the other. That is $19.99. If you want a copy that's signed by myself, Hope, who plays the lead, the mom, the little boy, and Santa Claus, that's $25. And then we have the limited edition stocking bundle, which is the big one. That is $39.99. So what that will come with is, first off, you get a stocking, a nice little plush stocking, and stuffed inside that little bastard is going to be a Blu-ray DVD combo that is signed by myself, the mom, the little boy, Santa Claus, the photographer, the wounded girl, Dylan, our cinematographer, Randy Rock, who did our post-production sound, color grading, and lighting, Brett Burns, who did our soundtrack, Damien Maffei, who plays the dad, who's from The Strangers Pray at Night, and our executive producer, Brian Keene, the legendary horror author. So it's signed by pretty much, and my mom, who did the set design and inspired the movie. So it's signed by like everybody that worked on the movie practically. But the really exciting thing that it comes with is this. And you guys, this is literally the first time anyone has seen these. This is a chapbook of the original short story, which has been out of print since 2012. And you'll see this is a numbered and signed edition out of 40. There's only 40 of these stocking bundles. So I'll give you a little, you can see that it's the entire original short story, which actually differs quite a bit from the final movie. There's a lot of the stuff is similar, but I did make a lot of changes. I expanded some things, changed some characters around, and the ending is a little bit different. So I think it's going to be really interesting for people to actually be able to read the short story after they watch the movie, especially because I've been talking about the short story on all the commentary tracks like nonstop, and it's kind of a bummer that only 40 people are going to be able to see it until it comes out again in some form. You get that. You also get a family photo from the movie. This is a replica of something from the movie. And then you get a Doomsday postcard. Ignore this. This is not one that you'll get. This is an ad for something. Which Ray has one right there, probably a better example of it because it doesn't have
There it is. Yep. I don't know if he's going to sign them or not, but he signed these, which we can't talk about that.
Yeah, not yet. Also, it will come with a 11x17 poster that I believe will be signed. So here's the really exciting part for me. This is something that I came up with right before we finalized everything. And I'm really excited about this, and I hope you guys are too. Out of those 40 stocking bundles, there are going to be 4 of these. This is a nice plush stocking. So inside of this will be all the goodies that I just talked about, right? And it will also have a little letter from me. It's kind of like the Willy Wonka golden ticket, congratulating you. Because each one of those 4 green stockings also has a piece of original artwork that's from the movie. This was hanging on the wall of the bomb shelter. This is something that was drawn by our 8-year-old actor. There are 4 different pictures that I'm not going to reveal. I'm only going to show you this one. They were all in the movie, screen use props, and there's one in each of those 4 stockings. So 4 random people that order the special edition will get those. There's no way that you can increase your odds. It's just going to be complete luck of the draw. But I just thought that was a fun way to kind of bring like the Christmas surprise back into it, you know, because I don't even know who's going to get them. I have no control over it. It's just 4 people are going to get a screen use prop. So I think that's really, really neat.
That is.
So no 4K torrent link for 4 lucky people.
Well, there's going to be more than 4 lucky people.
Maybe.
Yeah, so that's the stocking bundle. Like I said, if you buy that, then you have a 1 in 10 chance of getting a piece of art from the movie, which is really neat. And then we also have our VHS, which I believe is 30. That's got alternate art. It's really cool. We designed it to look like a 90s VHS tape. We didn't want to do like the distressed 80s thing. It looks very, very 90s. And also, speaking of the 90s, this chat book, I don't know how many people are going to get this reference, but when I was a kid in the early and mid 90s in elementary school, they would hand out these little storybooks that were like government issue, like cardstock booklets, and they would hand one to each kid and we would read aloud out of them. So that's what this is modeled after. I want it to look like that because everything is 90s in White Doomsday. So, and then the VHS is going to be signed, I believe. It's going to be really wild to watch, you know, on my movie on VHS. Like after we tried to make it look as pretty as possible in HD, and then to watch it on video is going to be really funny or depressing. I don't know yet. So those are the bundles. And then as far as the actual extras, which is the part that everybody actually gives a shit about, nothing else that I said. There is 2 commentary tracks. The first of which is myself and our executive producer, Brian Keene. Again, legendary horror author, Grandmaster Award horror author. He also won 2 Bram Stoker Awards, written over 40 novels. Good friend of mine, super, super awesome guy, big influence on me. Super helpful in the movie. So it's me and him bullshitting back and forth. It's a very, very funny track. A lot of good insight into it, I'm told.
Fuck, I can't wait.
And then the second track, which is one I'm really excited about, is Hope Bickley, who plays the mom, Reeve Blasey, who plays the little boy Riley, and then Reeve's actual mom, Pam Blasey, who is on the entire movie. So we have real mom, fake mom, and the kid. And that track is goddamn hilarious. Oh, there's The Rising, the Brian Keene book that started the zombie craze again. That's what started it, that and The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out if you've not seen it. So anyways, that commentary track is really, really fun. And then the big one is Armageddon from the Cheap Seats, which is a feature-length documentary that we did on the making of the movie. And it is entirely behind-the-scenes footage. There's no interviews. It's 100% raw behind the scenes where you'll watch me building every prop from the bomb shelter door to our fake canned food, all the way through our Santa makeup and the costumes, everything on set. It's super, super in-depth, and you can see how miserable making a movie actually is. It's actually longer than the movie as well, if I believe. I think it's 1 hour and 30 minutes or somewhere near there. So that is on there. And then finally, there is a tutorial, Backyard Splatter 101. Anyone who's familiar with Suburban Holocaust or the Stall DVDs, Jared's raising his hand. We do a Backyard Splatter 101 on every DVD, and that's a special effects tutorial, like how to do the stuff in your mom's basement, as it was for me. So this time around, it's about how to age skeletons, because there are a lot of skeletons in White Doomsday, and that's a question I got asked a lot. So I take you step by step how to take a shitty skeleton from the Halloween store or from a website and how to paint it to make it look like an actual desiccated corpse.
Yeah.
So that's really, really fun. We also have reversible artwork on the Blu-ray DVD combo, and the alternate artwork is a Christmas card that the front of it is on the Scream Team website. The back of it is not, but I'm going to let that be a surprise for people because it's kind of fucked up and cool. And actually our discs are Christmas cookies, which I was really excited about. And anyone who's seen the movie will get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a super loaded package. I mean, I literally went up to the last minute I was able to pack. You can only have a certain number of minutes on a disc, and I literally was within like 30 seconds of the limit. That's how much stuff we put on this thing. So it's definitely worth picking up. Unless you don't like it, then it makes a great coaster. You can hit it awkwardly to someone. You do any number of things. Frisbees for the dog, whatever. But yeah, I also need to tell everybody I worked for 10.5 hours before I came on here, and so I'm like delirious. I feel like I'm coked up right now. Like I feel like I'm ready to direct Maximum Overdrive 2, Stephen King style.
Yeah.
I apologize for going so crazy right now, but
the excitement and the adrenaline mixed with the exhaustion.
absolutely. So if you guys out there wanted to get a copy that is signed or the stocking edition is selling very, very quickly, and there's only 40 of them. So I would jump on that sooner rather than later.
Yes.
Also, next week, if you're in the Lancaster area, you can come and meet the cast and crew in person and pick up a copy at FYE at the Park City Mall here in Lancaster, PA, from 12 to 4. That's really exciting, too. And I don't think I have anything else I can possibly ramble about unless I'm provoked by somebody, so I'm going to throw it back to you guys.
Ray, do you want to poke the bear again?
Not unless he's with me.
And that's for certain eyes only.
It's for everyone's eyes. We're going live and doing a podcast with me and little Mike here together.
Here at the Horror Syndicate, we sure do know a lot about coasters. I'm kidding. No, I love this movie.
I still can't get over that night you could not stop laughing at the cover of that movie.
Talking the dog. Yeah, no, that was the best part of the movie. The movie's really good. It's really dark. But it's not as dark as I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, which sounds fucking cool, Mike. You put a lot of work into that with the extras and the stockings for 4 lucky people, and the books and the other stuff for 40 lucky people.
Those books are handmade by me, by the way. So even if you don't like the signature, it's got my DNA all over it. So I probably cut myself and cried on those damn things like 100 times over the 2 weeks it took me to fucking make them. So that's got to be worth something.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. Sorry I was off the air for a little bit. When you made the coaster joke, I was trying to find volumes of blood, but I found this. But here we are. But no, your movie is really good. And for those who have not seen I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, now is the perfect time. Go to ScreamTeamReleasing.com, not Scream Factory. It's completely different, but ScreamTeamReleasing.com. You have a whole bunch of indie movies that are breaking the waves through this market and through the film festivals. And I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday is big contender out of all these movies to come onto the website for a very, very new company, Scream Team Releasing. I know Justin in the beginning he had the Barn. Barn gained its notoriety, and he decided to start his own distribution company. And this is, I believe, the first year that they're distroing these movies. You have the Barn, you have Volumes of Blood, you have The Dark Military. You have Bong of the Living Dead, which I have up there. I got
1031. The Dark Military is not a Scream Team Releasing movie, though. Lauren did all that on his own, and Justin's just selling some from his site. It did not get the Scream Team Releasing treatment like everything else did. But Lauren did pack a lot of shit into his Blu-ray.
Yeah, so. He did. The Sleeper, another good quality release from them.
The Sleeper's great.
The Witching Season.
Bong of the Living Dead is really excellent. I really highly recommend.
I finally ordered that today, along with my copy of. Yeah, we have to pay for our copies. Mike's being a dick about it, but I ordered Bong, and I got myself a Scream Team Releasing T-shirt because Justin finally has those available too. If you're interested in those,
I saw that.
I
want one with the blue skull though.
I got the green skull. There's 4 different skulls.
Is there a blue one? I didn't look.
Yeah, the blue one's on there.
Oh, okay. I didn't click on it. I just thought it was just orange.
When do we get White Doomsday T-shirts? I can't wait for that.
I don't know. I'm hoping that happens. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
You want me as your representative, as your attorney? I advise you to let me talk to Justin about it.
Oh, side note, I just noticed this right before the show. This is one more thing that I love about Justin and Scream Teams. They really go the extra mile. The Scream Team logo on this release has a fucking Santa hat on it, which is awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
They redrew the logo to put on there, and I think that is so fucking cool.
Really? That's fucking
it's got a little Santa hat on it.
That son of a bitch.
That's fine. Like, wow.
Bitch.
Because we're gonna do the same thing for ours. Me and him talked about how similar our logos are.
Well, they are both pretty damn badass, so that's good.
I mentioned that to him. I gotta stop talking to that guy. Happy birthday, Justin, by the way.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Justin.
That's right, it's his birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Justin Seaman. Yeah, my
When you said that.
Justin Seaman. Happy birthday, Justin Seaman. He is my estranged brother who is just as obsessed with Monster Squad as I am. So we share that bond together. Unlike me and Mike Lombardo, we don't share that bond, but it's okay. We shared a lot of things at NJ HorrorCon.
It is amazing, though, right?
At least you have the boneyard.
At least I'm really excited that you have this really big distro deal, and that the weird guy who accepted the award for that Trauma movie is not getting distro, but it's cool because your movie was really good.
Thank you.
But I got my poster there too, signed by a lot of people, including Mike and his mother, and I believe Hope signed it, and Shannon signed it, and Ray, and Taruga, is that his name?
Yes.
Yes. Very cool people. I'm very honored to have all those people sign my poster, and I have it framed, and it's been on my wall. You see it every episode. It's on the wall, but I wanted to show the entire world that I have my poster of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, and I had the little Christmas card it came with at the NJ HorrorCon.
Oh, fuck that poster. I don't like that poster. I like the one that says no food, no hope, no hell. Are we getting that?
That should... I don't know.
God damn it. I want that poster so bad. Just send me the print and I'll print it out myself.
That should be the poster that... Excuse me one moment. I just got some excellent news.
Okay.
No,
Breaking news, kids.
Lex having a baby or...
Horror Syndicate exclusive. Excellent news from Mike Lombardo.
We're all waiting.
In the meantime, I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday is a lot better than Tom York's Suspiria album.
Oh.
Sorry, I just got a message from Mr. Seaman himself.
Oh yeah. Justin Seaman.
Who said that the package of the Blu-rays should be arriving at my house a little bit earlier than I thought.
Oh, wonderful.
We had a little bit of a snag. The production facility was like a week behind. So
yeah.
One of the things that makes Justin such a fucking great person to work with is he called and he fucking sorted that shit out because we were in danger of missing our date with the signing because the discs weren't going to be done in time. So he called and, turned on that patented Justin Seaman charm that I imagine he has. I'm not actually sure, but at any rate, he fixed the problem, which is really awesome, and they're going to come a little early, which is really good. I'm very excited to see them in person. Like this is really wild. I know. I just feel like such an ass right now. I just keep gushing over this. I feel like I'm just like an excited child right now.
You should be. You should be.
You should
be, man.
Put all the copies.
You're like a parent that gets to see his baby for the first time.
That's right. Jail's been too long. Here's my baby's coming. You should take a photo of yourself with all the copies of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday in a tub and just lay on top of them.
I'll do like
hold a gun in the air too.
You ever seen the movie Creep?
Yeah.
You know when he does the tub time thing where he's pretending to like wash his baby for the video? I'll do that with the Doomsday Blu-ray.
Just watch everyone's smart copies.
Shit at all.
That's great.
I can't wait.
Yeah, Justin Seaman is a very charming guy in real life.
I just got a message from Justin myself.
Uh-oh. He said, fuck you, Ray.
I said, don't listen to Mike Lombardo. He's a turd. I'm his representative. You talk to me. And he sent me a gif of somebody bowing. So no, I asked him straight up about the shirts. So I know something nobody else does now.
I just got some really good news as well, but I'm gonna hold that till private time with you boys.
I just got a message from the people who did greetings from Tromaville, and they're very upset that Mike wouldn't share a ham sandwich with them.
That's a shame, because I would totally eat a chicken and cheese sandwich. Or at least half. No, that whole thing he was a very nice guy. Just misguided in his efforts to. Anyway, let's focus on more important things.
No, I've driven White Doomsday kicks so much ass, and we're all getting copies, and it's a lot better than Tom York's Suspiria album. And so,
what was that? What was your meme last week that was about Radiohead? Radiohead.
I wish you had specials. The waitress says, sorry, no specials today. And Tom York says, I wish you had specials.
Wish you had specials.
I was watching CNN. You can watch it on Netflix, and they had this whole thing called the 90s. You know, because they covered the 80s
I watched that
a little while ago. And the 90s is just so fucking depressing because it's like the 80s I wasn't really around for. So when I watch it, I get that like nostalgic feel of like, oh, this is stuff that was like already around when I was, you know, a child and growing up. The 90s, like I was there for those moments. So it's like when you see like TV shows that are like coming on the air, like when they're like, oh, Twin Peaks, you know, was a breakthrough in television, and then you see the X-Files, and then you hear about how people were using their dial-up internet to go on X-File blogs that you had to type out the whole address as a code. And you know, it's just like all the simple things in life that, like, you know, are just handed down to us now. Like, you know, going to Blockbuster looking for physical copies of movies. Here, anywhere you can get a digital copy. You don't have to wait at a video game store anymore at midnight to get your copy of a video game.
Yeah, you can sit on your ass and download something from Voodoo.
I really miss the physical media. Like I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. You know, actually, I was talking to Daniel Allen Keeley from Vaughn of the Living Dead, actually, and we were talking about physical media and like how, you know, a lot of distributors are saying like Blu-ray and DVD, it's dead. They don't care about it anymore. Everything's VOD. And I said, I think that might be true for every genre except for horror, because right now, and like when the distro landscape is presumably a wasteland, all you see is like Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, Scream Factory, you know, all these places coming up and like putting out these amazing editions that people are going nuts for. Severin is another one. You know, Synapse, like I think that it's the best time in the world to be a horror fan, because we're able to get these beautiful deluxe editions. And it's like physical media is kicking ass.
Yeah.
And I wish that there was somewhere we could go and rent this stuff. That would just be so fucking amazing.
I mean, you're not going to want to go out and get a deluxe, you know, collector's edition of some fucking random romantic comedy. Or some random dramatic, thought-provoking film.
Like,
at least that's just where I come from.
I remember when there was a sad point when all of us had the special edition. I don't want to call it special edition, but we all had our 2 videotape copy of Titanic because it came out on.
What about the 2-tape Hellraiser edition that Anchor Bay put out?
Whoa.
I have it.
That was the big. I was so excited. I'm like, a whole nother tape of. I didn't even call them extras. I didn't know what to call them. It was just of like a whole nother tape of stuff, because extras were not a thing yet. You know, it's so weird to think that what we think of all the time with these releases is like that's relatively new. Like I remember when I first saw a commentary track on a DVD, I was like, why would I want to hear people talking when I can during the movie? Like, fuck that. I want to watch the movie. And like, I didn't understand the concept of it. I thought that was so stupid. And, you know, like I watch commentaries nonstop now.
I know. I was going to say, now we lust for that.
Yeah, if there's not a commentary on something that I get angry, I'm like, I'm not buying the fucking thing. It needs, at the very least, it needs a commentary. Also, subtitles for the hearing impaired and an original theatrical trailer.
Yes.
Special features not rated. The old Warner Brothers DVDs, and it's like that's not a special feature. Like, it's like video and sound. Wow.
Turn it to the side, Brian.
You do.
Here we go.
That is how I got introduced to Hellraiser. I have mine signed by Doug Bradley.
That's beautiful.
I got that at Coconuts way back when I was a kid. And I didn't have a VCR that worked, but I bought it anyway, and I carried it around with me like a toy. And I just fantasized about what the movie would be like. I had no idea. And I was, and to this day, Hellraiser is one of my all-time favorite movies. When I finally got to see it, the scene, the Frank and Julia sex scene, the flashback, my mom walked in the room right as I was watching that and just took the tape out of the VCR and hid it from me for like 2 years. So I was so upset. And then I made up the rest of the movie in my head, which is like, I mean, that movie is so fucking whacked out. I was like 10. Like, I'm coming up with all these different scenarios as to what would happen. And then I finally got to watch it. It like blew my skull apart. You know, I'm watching it saying, my mom walks in and I said, Jesus wept, and my head exploded. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's cool about, like, we got an echo. Echo. All right. Nope, still got echo. All right. Here we go.
Gigantic balls. No echo. Oh, sorry.
All right. So the cool thing about like VHS, you know, video cassettes, like, you know, talking about digital media, when you were during the 90s, during the 80s, during the 90s, you could pop. I think it was a lot more terrifying to pop in a video cassette and watch a movie through its entirety, and then once the credits are over, you just sit there and you just think about the movie. You're like, damn. And it wasn't until like DVDs came out where you, after you're done watching the movie, you just go back and watch the extras and feel a little more like, I don't know, did anyone else feel that comfort of watching the behind the scenes compared to like watching a movie on video cassette and just it being over?
I definitely watch like special features. Like, that becomes part of the viewing experience for me. Like, what I do is I call it like, I spend a week with each movie. Like, just now I just finished the Blu-ray of Wishmaster from Vestron. It's like I watched the movie to, you know, I've seen, these are all movies I grew up with. So I watched the movie again. I get to see it on Blu-ray, which is really cool. So you can see all the extra detail. And then I'll sit down and I'll start watching the special features. And on my lunch break every day from work, I'll go home and I'll eat lunch and watch one of the little featurettes. And then I'll watch the commentary while I'm doing other stuff. So I'm always busy. Like when I was making these Doomsday chapbooks, I was listening to the commentary track on, I think it was Bubba Hotep and something else. But they're great to listen to while I'm doing other things. And, you know, through the week, I just kind of immerse myself in the movie. And then at the end of the week, I'll rewatch it again, and I just get this whole new appreciation for it. It's like, I love how it's kind of like an archival piece. It's like you get the movie and then all the history associated with it. You know, Red Shirt Pictures and all these places that are doing these really documentaries. You get everything, and it's like never. When I was a kid, I saw like a movie like Blood Diner or Chud or Chopping Mall, and I didn't know dick about it. All I knew was it was a movie. I watched it, I loved it, and that was it. But now I can watch it, learn the entire fucking production process.
Totally immerse yourself into it, yeah.
And I learn. I mean, I'm a filmmaker, so I learn tons from it. But even just as a fan, it's just so cool to see all this stuff. And I mean, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. I mean, we talk about this all the time. Like, it's so cool to be able to kind of get that experience.
D. Snyder's Strangeland.
So this was on VHS. The first time I saw it, we were going. I'm gonna drop us back to the VHS talk, but after the credits are done rolling, I was falling asleep, and there are like 4 music videos of the soundtrack bands at the end of the credits.
That's good.
Like I found, you know, Seven Dust and Coal Chamber that way, like watching that when I was like freaking 15 years old. Like that was kind of like what you were saying, kind of precursors, special features. Like they just kind of throw that in at the end. You're like, what the fuck?
I've yet to see Strangeland.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not really missing anything.
No, I remember when it came out, everybody was raving about it, but I was like, eh.
It's Clockwork Orange with body mod.
Well, and really, it's no Chud too, but you know.
I don't know, man. It might be. Like, I have to watch it again. It does have Robert Englund getting his dick pierced against his will, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it also is kind of a weird precursor to internet stalking and fucking internet predators before that was really a thing.
I need
Mike,
to go back.
do me a favor real quick before we go any further in this. Do not send a message to me on Messenger while we're live.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
It's okay.
Oh shit.
It's been
that just go on to
nobody saw anything.
No one saw it. It's been controlled.
I did not know that was.
What did I just miss?
Probably the same thing that I just found out.
We'll have a post show. We'll have a post show where we're not live.
It's a piece of news that I think you had already found, and
no. There is a sequel to White Doomsday with all the 20 characters from the first movie.
I got news on the T-shirt. Mike, how was Wishmaster?
It's really good.
Well, I've seen the movie. I mean, the
extras are really good. On the first one, the second, third, and fourth, I think, just have commentaries on them. But I've only seen the first two. The third one's garbage. I remember that. I haven't watched the third or the fourth one again yet. But the extras on I would have bought that set just for the first one. Like, there's a lot of really good tracks. The commentary with Robert Kurtzman and Peter Atkins is really interesting, except at one point, right before the police station scenes, where the guy, the police captain wishes the guy would fuck up so he could arrest him, and he starts shooting the place up.
Right.
The commentary stops, and then it repeats like a 10-minute segment again, which I don't know why that happened. I know it's an old commentary from the DVD, so that might have been how it was on that too, but it was really annoying. I didn't listen to the other commentary with Andrew Devoff yet. But the actual extras, there's 11 minutes of behind-the-scenes footage, which is fucking awesome. Like VHS camcorder footage of just on set, which is really cool. So it's definitely worth it. It's like $25 now. That's worth it. Original.
I almost bought it the other day when I couldn't find Creepshow.
Yeah, it's definitely worth picking up. Like I bought it at Best Buy when I saw when I went to meet Don Coscarelli for Phantasm in New York. There was a Best Buy next door, and I went in there and saw it and price matched it to Amazon. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have bought it just because, I love Wishmaster, but it wasn't something that was really top of the list. But I'm glad I bought it because, one, that movie is way better than I remember, and like it's so outlandishly fucking violent. It's like,
oh yeah, that movie's amazing.
Fucking real in the amount of gore effects, and it's just a really fun movie. And it's got so many cameos and stuff. It's just a really, really endearing movie to watch. It brings me back to the good old days of early 90s horror, which I know a lot of people are going to shiver when I say that, but there was some great stuff that came out of that time period. It made me want to go watch Demon Knight.
Wishmaster is one of the better movies to come out of the 90s.
And for boils and ghouls watching at home, you can have the whole collection, like Lombardo said, for $24 on Amazon.
And you could be like Brian, where you price match the wrong Child's Play 7-disc feature, and you get it for $15 when it was actually the DVD that was marked down and not the Blu-ray. But then he ended up going home with the Blu-ray 7-disc feature of everything that was in the Chucky series for $15.
Wow.
Fuck you, Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, in other news, you can get the Leprechaun Complete Collection on Blu-ray for $16.
Not anymore. Not anymore. There's another one coming out.
Yeah, that's true. Is it not Origins? That was the other one. It's like The Return or something.
Yeah.
It is the direct sequel to the first one.
Reawakening.
Yep.
They're disregarding all the other ones.
See, I think they should utilize Leprechaun in space. I think there should be a Leprechaun in Space Jason X crossover.
Oh, they absolutely should.
Silver versus gold.
Yeah. No, they absolutely. Who else went to space?
I like that.
We Pinhead went to space. Who else went to space? There was
Krueger almost went to space in one of the original versions of Freddy vs. Jason. He got launched into the sun through a satellite. That was spread of Christ. That was one of the scripts that they had.
Well, Freddy doesn't need to do anything like that. I mean, he can appear in space in people's dreams. Whoever's in space.
Why have I never done that? Because when I saw Nightmare on Elm Street as a kid, I'm like, man, if he was in my dreams, I'd be at NASA space camp or Legends of the Hidden Temple, and then shit would just go terribly wrong. I wanted to be an astronaut so bad. So you know what? That's definitely something. That'd be really cool. He like cuts someone's suits, they decompress and like implode or something. That would be really cool. And then he could go.
It was the Critters.
We have a problem, and he slashes their suit or something. Like,
you ever see the movie? I think it was called Rocket Man, and they're connected. Their two suits are connected.
Harlan Williams, maybe.
And the one guy farts, and you see a big giant bubble go into the other guy's suit, and you see him screaming.
I think that was Harlan Williams.
That would probably be one of those scenes that you had in Critters versus Leprechaun in space.
Fucking Critters is coming out on Blu-ray. The whole set is.
You're goddamn right it is. And guess what? I'm just buying it for the fourth one.
Dude, the fourth one is actually really fun. That's why I love that. Whereas everyone's like, finally, Critters in space, and like they came from space. Like, how was that exciting? It's like.
I think the pre-orders at like $70 right now though.
Yeah, that should be down about 50 eventually. I think, you know.
Yeah.
I think Ray's right. Like, well, I mean, I would feel more comfortable paying like 40 for it, honestly, because I really only want the first two.
Yeah,
excellent.
I'm not the same way. I mean, I've noticed with Scream Factory sets, they usually average about $13 to $16, you know, per movie in a set. Like the It's Alive movies, maybe I think I got it for 36. Mm-hmm. And Wreck, I think, is at 49, and there's 4 of those right now.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable at all by any means, but it's like Critters. I mean, there's a lot of extras on it too, but it's like Critters is not. I mean, I love Critters, but it's not like premium cinema like that. I'm willing to like the Candyman set. If I have to pay $40 for that, I'll pay $40 for that. And I'm not going to complain. Like,
Mike, I look every day just for you.
No, I do too, man. Ray is my Blu-ray sister. We constantly message throughout the day.
Blu-ray sister.
And it's a lot of fun. And
we need to create an opening for some kind of segment of me and you doing the sister show. Like,
yeah. I want a Blu-ray sister. Jack, can you be my Blu-ray sister where we talk about movies and if they're over $20, we don't buy them?
Mike, I literally felt like I let you down when I went to that vintage stock and they didn't have Creep Show. I was like, that like ruined my whole day. I was walking around like this and I'm like, I couldn't get the Creep Show. And he didn't want to
That was really awesome. And like I got you Bride of Reanimator the one time. Yeah. So I get really excited when I can help another collector get something that they couldn't grab otherwise. Because some of this shit, when it sells out of the limited, man, those scalpers are monsters. Some of that shit,
motherfuckers.
I already put Creep Show up for like $100 on eBay, and it's like, fuck that. It just came out.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's pretty.
I think it said I love you, boo, which I can reciprocate that.
Yeah,
I got that Blu-ray at the FYE that I'm going to be doing the signing at because the manager is a badass and always orders in.
Did you even mention that today?
Factory stuff. What's that?
Did you mention that about the signing?
Yes.
About there's pre-orders available at the FYE.
Pre-orders at FYE available. At the last I heard, we were at I believe just over 50 pre-orders at FYE, which is really cool because we beat Thor Ragnarok in pre-orders. We actually are the most pre-ordered movie that that location had all year in 2018.
No fucking way.
We beat a Marvel movie in pre-orders.
So we can say from now on, Mike Lombardo, director of I'm Dreaming of White Doomsday, better than Thor Ragnarok.
I mean, I have not seen Thor Ragnarok, so I cannot
really good. It's almost shot for shot the same as Doomsday.
I've heard that, especially the ending.
It ends the same way as Doomsday. Jeff Goldblum goes to LA.
So speaking of Jeff Goldblum and Blu-rays, I came so close to buying the Best Buy Blu-ray Steelbook of The Fly, but because it was like $10, but the disc was loose inside of it, so I thought it was scratched up. Now, how does it look? Is it good?
Do you have?
I have the DVD and I have the Blu-ray.
Oh, it's good. It's not great, but it definitely looks better than the DVD. Because the DVD I have, which actually I don't have anymore, it was one of those like when they released the Alien movies,
Yeah.
And Predator. You know, here like this. It was like in one of these sets. You know,
Yes,
the number.
that's how I have those. I still have the Fly and Fly 2 like that as well.
Yeah, it's way. I have the Fly 2 still. It's way better than that.
I love the Fly too.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie. It's not as good as the first one, but I do think it's a good movie.
I was gonna say if you have the original Blu-ray that came out, it's the same disc.
Okay.
Yeah,
See, I would rather have the regular disc because I don't like the sugar skull thing they keep doing. That one's better than most of them. But I don't know. I like the original cover.
I'll tell you what, I still have it. It's yours.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about those. Tell me about those scalping prices because I'm still trying to get myself a black tin, all 12 films of the Friday the 13th on Blu-ray produced by Warner Brothers, which ain't gonna happen.
Is that like a really shitty set? Have they ever released good Blu-rays of the Friday the 13th movies?
That one by the Warner Brothers, it had like a bunch of shit in there that I wanted, like the collectibles. That one, yeah. Show us what's inside.
Okay, so this is the tin. There's no spine, which I hate, but
I hate that too.
Brian Fitzgerald from Fits of Horror showed me somebody who made a custom one. Fits right over perfectly. It's like $20, but I think I'm gonna eventually get it. So you open it up. What?
Is it? It's a tin thing that goes over.
Yeah, it's a tin. It goes over the tin. The thing that he's talking about.
It's a double-sized slipcover.
Yeah, essentially. It's also got, and plus it's not fucking Jason Goes to Hell. The Jason Goes to Hell on the cover.
Yeah, that's an odd choice. I mean, I like the Hell design, but I know a lot of people don't like it.
It's got a little booklet from the actual book, Crystal Lake Memories.
I have the hardback of that. I pre-ordered it, and 3 years later it came out. I had forgotten I pre-ordered it on Amazon.
Yeah, mine's over there. You probably can't see it, actually. It's behind Jason.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Cliff Notes of the Crystal Lake Memories.
Mine is signed by multiple Jasons and some of the other counselors, so
including Adam Marcus.
Yeah, including Adam Marcus. Yeah, give me a hug. And it came with a pack of 3D glasses that have the chevron. It says, Friday the 13th 3D. You got the patch.
Camp counselor patch. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what the discs are actually in. Which this is from fucking the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the remake or fucking Freddy vs. Jason, which I hate. But then you open
I think it's the remake.
I don't like these things. Oh,
yeah.
by the way, I went to Subway tonight and I saw Betsy Palmer there, even though she's dead.
Yeah.
And the lady looked like a corpse anyway. But yeah, so the first disc is the first movie. The second movie is on the next. I mean, these are nice looking, but this is not my thing. I like the way they did Halloween.
It's like the Alien quadrilogy where you have to kind of like pop it out of the little insert.
So they did that with the Quantum Leap DVD. They scratched the discs when they're like that. I like the design of those, though. They look cool, but I would rather they just have like a thing you can clip the disc in, like plastic. I think.
Now that's the thing that drives me crazy. The first 4 on single discs, then 5 and 6.
Oh, really?
Yep,
yeah.
It sucks.
What the fuck is up with that?
And then these 2. And then there's his name is Jason, or no, that's Freddy vs. Jason. His name is Jason disc.
I'll tell you, I did not like that documentary. I thought that was kind of shitty.
It's not as good. It's not that bad. No, I take that back. This is a DVD.
That's from the DVD set.
Oh my god, yeah.
From this set.
Yeah, that's the set I have, the Crystal Lake Manhattan set.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the thing is, I believe Crystal Lake Memories was out at the time this was released. And they put what she was. The book, they put the insert of the book in there, but not the actual. That's a boner move. Now this, my friends, I'm obsessed about Blu-ray sets. This is how you release a set.
Yeah, that's you can't find that anywhere.
This, I mean, individually packaged Blu-rays with original poster art. I mean, this is for fucking Blu-ray collector fanboys. As soon as this came out, I went to Best Buy immediately to get it. Same thing with the Friday the 13th one because I didn't want to get fucked over. But it's got a nice box,
Yeah.
And each individual black Blu. I love the black Blu-ray disc thing. And then it's the only way I'll ever buy Halloween 2.
Now that came with the producer's cut, right? For Curse of Michael Myers.
It comes with yes. It came with the producer's cut for Michael Myers, for the Curse of Michael Myers. It comes with the television edit of Halloween and Halloween 2.
Okay.
So I think the television edit is edited for television. I believe that's also just DVD. So
when that came out on the TCM website, they fucked up and they put it up for like
I remember that
$12.
Yes,
I
yep.
ordered it, and the guy that ordered it, there was a buddy of mine that I used to talk to online. He told me about it. We ordered ours about the same time. He was the last person to get it for $12, and they nixed it right before mine went through. But I did get like a 40% off coupon, so I bought some other Blu-ray with it as an apology.
I got the same thing. That's awesome.
I was so mad because I'm like, I'm gonna revisit these movies, and if I don't like them, I'm gonna flip this shit and make like $60. But I did not.
I don't know if this means anything, but back when before we were in a horror syndicate, when me, Ray, and Jared were part of this DVD Blu-ray group, someone put up that I think it was Dollar General, put up these guys, and they were $5, and it comes with all 8 films.
Wow!
And I was able to snag. Oops, my 3D glasses fell out. This is let me see. I believe this is the DVD cut. This is not Blu-ray. But it comes with the 3D glasses, and of course all of your
That's still a hell of a deal for any like upstarting, horror fan.
Well, here, Brian, this is very similar.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing.
But this is the blue. These are the actual discs that are in the set that I have. 3D glasses. You can get this for like $20-$25 now. So if you want to get them on Blu-ray, just get this. It's missing Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell. But
so is this one. This one just has the Paramount films, even though
that's what this is too, I believe.
In case everyone was wondering, there's Jason from part 12. The fucking Michael Bay produced.
Dude, how about the fucking Walmart edition of Friday the 13th, the new art, the new slipcover that's got Jason on it? And I'm like,
for the first movie? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. I'm like, what the
hell? Advertising.
Yeah.
That is false advertising. And I put it up on our website or on our Facebook page, and somebody's like, oh, yeah, that's for the remake. Oh, is it?
Yeah, not so, bud.
And I showed him, no, it's not the remake. That's the original.
He doesn't even get the mask in the second movie.
No, he doesn't. Should have been. I mean, first of all, that looks like Jason from Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah. So speaking of which, I don't know if you guys had a chance.
I got this one too.
Oh, I still haven't gotten that yet. God damn it!
I don't know if you guys have seen. It's on Amazon Prime right now. We watched the Kane Hodder story, To Hell and Back. And he talked.
That was really good.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah. And it was fantastic. He opened up about how he set himself on fire for like some type of photo shoot or like a movie shoot when he was in his when it was in the 70s. And not to give too much away, but he went to a hospital that really didn't take care of him, and he was almost died. But then he goes into like an adventure, as being a stuntman, throughout so many years, and he faced his fear of fire again with Friday the 13th, Part 7, New Blood.
7. Yep.
And it's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records the longest amount of time a stunt actor has been set on fire.
And he didn't even think twice about it.
Huh? He did. He did it.
Yeah.
And he didn't get hurt from it. And it's a very emotional documentary. He talks about all the and he talks about Freddy versus Jason. And everyone wanted him to be Jason. And the studio was like, well, we already got the guy who played Jason to come back as Jason. And here it was the guy who played I forgot his name. Yeah.
Ken Kirzinger,
who played Jason in a blip in Jason Takes Manhattan, and it was for a scene where the car hits Jason, and they didn't want Kane Hodder to get hurt, so they had another stunt actor come in as Jason to get hit by the car. So I guess whoever put together Freddy versus Jason got talked to by
Ronnie Yu. Is that his name?
I don't know if it was Ronnie Yu.
He didn't know the movies at all either. That's why they hired him. Same with Bride of Chucky. They took him because he wasn't a fan of either franchise, so they would give a fresh take, and that really pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bride of Chucky was a pretty cool fucking movie. Freddy versus Jason was okay.
Freddy vs. Jason's fun. I mean, it delivers on all the shit that I wanted as a kid. But Bride of Chucky, I was not a fan of. Seed of Chucky, I love, but I did not like Bride.
Yeah, I gotta watch that
to
next.
Piggyback your what we're talking about, Kane Hodder's documentary. When Ray and I were at Horror Hound, we actually got to sit in on the Q&A after his documentary showed, and listening to Kane Hodder talk, you know, and actually get kind of emotional and kind of start tearing up about, you know, stuff that happened 25, 30 years ago. Like, that was really kind of endearing because, you know, he's in a room full of fucking people, and he's this dude that you fucking, like, he's
Jason.
He's Jason, exactly. And like, he gets kind of started tearing up when he was talking, and it just kind of,
it wasn't just tearing up, Jared. He had to pause.
Yeah, man.
A few minutes. I mean, it was tearing me up, and I know Vince DeSanti was sitting next to me, and I could hear Vince kind of like get choked up as well. I mean, he was talking about. Well, do you remember what he was talking about, Jared? About going to burn the camp for the children who were burned. And he talked about one story that I'll never forget about a father putting what was like a 6-month-old baby, maybe younger, in a boiling thing of water. And so the kid didn't remember how he got his scars. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. That was really heartbreaking.
I'll tell you something about Kane Hodder. He, you know, Scares the Care, the children's charity that I run the film festival for.
Yeah.
Kane Hodder is on the board, and he's been a huge supporter of the charity since its beginning. And he's the money, a lot of the money that he makes and stuff at the con go directly to the burn ward of the children's hospitals.
Yeah.
And they always sponsor a burn victim, a little boy or girl who's been burned, and he's at every fucking show, and he is so damn supportive. And he really is a wonderful human being. Like, you know, for all the tough, you know, I'm fucking Jason shit that he does sometimes at shows, he is such a gentle soul. He really is.
I don't think he gets enough credit for that either. You know, like everybody knows
they want to see the badass, like, I'm a killer Jason, but he is such a genuine person. There was, I think it was one of the commentaries. It might have even been Jason X actually, where they said that he was in the middle. He was on set in the midst of getting his makeup on or something, and a little kid was on. Someone's brought their kid on set who was burned, and he went over to him and he took his shirt off and he showed them. He said his scars and said, "Look, this happened to me too." And he talked to him about it, and I remember listening to that story, and I got really teary-eyed. I'm like, that's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, you got to watch the doc, Mike.
It's on my list of things to buy. Like, when I was a kid,
I supported the Indiegogo. I got it way earlier than most people, but it's worth it.
I definitely want to see it. Like, when I was a kid, he was a guest at Jason's Woods, which is like a big haunted attraction by my house. And he was a guest there, and I met him, and he was so fucking nice to me. Like, I look back on that, and it was probably the nicest a celebrity has ever been to me in my entire life. And I was like a fucking dumb little, like, 11-year-old kid who was freaking out with all my VHS tapes, and he sat and talked to me for like 20 minutes and signed every goddamn one of them. And he was so nice. He was telling me about Jason X. I'm like, what? When does that come out? He's like, we already filmed it. And he's like, let me tell you, I kill everyone. You're gonna love it. And then he was talking about Freddy vs. Jason, and like, he was just so nice. And I always see him with kids at shows, and he's always such a sweetheart.
Oh, he was great to my son. It's funny. Sorry to cut you off, but when I saw him at Days of the Dead last year, we waited in line and everything like that. And he took a picture with me and Reynolds, and of course he was more wanting to talk to Reynolds, which was cool. But my brother-in-law and his daughter Emma, they were standing there next to, and we paid for the autograph and everything. And he's like, "Hey, does she want to get a picture with me too? Bring her on over." And which, to me, like, I think any other celebrity would probably charge for the extra picture. And he did. And he just, yeah, I thought that was amazing. It's probably just because it was another kid. The guy has a huge heart. And when Jared and I were, I think afterwards, I said something to Jared about how much more respect and my fandom for Kane has grown so much over the last year since the meeting him and watching the documentary and seeing him the way he acted during the Q&A after his documentary at Horror Hound. Just that blew me away. I have tons of respect for that guy.
Yeah.
More than just him being an awesome killer,
Yeah. No, he's definitely my favorite actor who has portrayed Jason. Not always before, because I didn't care about the Friday 13th series, but after watching that documentary and just hearing about all the stuff he does for burn victims and all the money he donates and all this time he spends, and he even mentions that when he was in the burn ward, yeah, he saw this guy coming in. The guy was laughing with the nurses, and there's Kane Hodder, strapped to a chair with his arms like this, and he's looking at this guy laughing with the nurses and the doctors, and he's like, this guy is a scumbag. I fucking hate him, and all this other stuff. And Kane was suicidal. And then the guy during the middle of the conversation rolls up his sleeves, and he was burned all through his arms. And Kane said, how can someone be that happy after going through all that traumatizing ordeal? And he said, I want to be like that guy. And then he made himself that guy wherever he goes. So I think that was a pretty fucking awesome
phenomenal
moment.
human being.
Yeah.
Phenomenal human being.
But yeah, no, the documentary is great. Check it out. Those who are on Facebook land still watching, do we read any of the comments lately?
No, we haven't.
We always end up talking about Friday the 13th somehow.
Yeah, we really Blu-rays, that happens a lot.
Yeah, well, we've been, as fans with that and A Nightmare on Elm Street, which is my favorite series, completely dicked over for the Blu-rays. So
yeah.
Lex gave my mom the Nightmare on Elm Street DVD collection for her birthday, because when we were at Crimson Screen Film Fest, we met Mark Patton and got to watch Nightmare 2, and my mom had never seen it, and she was really impressed with hearing Mark Patton's story about the movie and stuff and coming out, and she really hit it off with him. So she's like, I want to watch these movies now. I think there might be something to these. So Lex gave her the whole set. So
that's awesome.
It's really sweet. I'm really excited to hear what she has to say about them. And I bought her a Blu-ray player for her birthday, and I really was trying to find a Blu-ray set. There is nothing.
There is, Mike.
It's a fucking bare bones Blu-ray set.
Did you buy her Scream Queen?
Here it is, Mike.
Is that Scream Queen out yet? Yeah, I saw that at FYE, but it doesn't have any extras on it. Although Never Seen Again is pretty much all the extras I'd ever be able to.
4 hours, man.
9 hours.
Hey, man. The Hudson Ranch. Tommy Hudson is a wonderful dude, and he's produced really good documentaries. He's got More Brains, which is The Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like the book better.
Yeah.
Well, he needs to do one for Halloween. 1428 films or whatever. They need to do one for Halloween.
Yeah, it would make sense. They covered the other two.
Yeah.
Who did Leviathan? That wasn't them, was it?
No, that was I think I don't know who did that, but that's
Shudder.
Dreadfully boring. That's on Shudder, but no, it's before even Shudder.
Yeah, I loved Leviathan. I just think that they had a lot of repetition.
They
Hellraiser one?
Well, they did. First of all, they have a documentary without fucking Clive Barker.
That is okay. That's the Hellraiser one.
That was damning to me. I was like, I can't do this.
I mean, there's reasons for that I'm aware of, and it's a bummer. But I mean, that's not of any fault of their own. But it sucks. It's like the Phantasm Exhumed book that doesn't have Don Coscarelli in it. Mm-hmm. But a lot of these times, if it's not licensed, they want money and they can't.
Yeah.
Kind of shitty. The Pet Sematary doc doesn't have Stephen King in it. And they never.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But I mean, I would love to have heard Clive Barker, but he was going through a lot of medical issues and stuff at the time. And
I know, but it's still. Why couldn't they put it off? Just some of the documentaries we're talking about right now, that makes me excited about being, just because even Creepshow just deserves. There's so many great horror documentaries that are feature length, like Mike's Doomsday one.
Mm-hmm.
That are out there to get, that are great additions to your collection. That Pet Sematary one is wonderful.
It really is good. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I will say this: the Doomsday documentary is not like those other docs. I only say that because like those other obviously those docs are retrospective documentaries and they're more like interviews and stuff. The Doomsday documentary is much more filmmaker centric documentary where you can kind of watch like minute by minute of the actual production. And
Yeah.
I prefer like that's like the Lord of the Rings style documentaries.
Well, that's how they did The Sleeper too. The Sleeper had on their Blu-ray they had a doc just like that.
Yeah, I prefer those only because I'm a filmmaker, but I love the retrospective ones too. And I get really excited because we were saying earlier about like the special features being so important. Those retrospective documentaries, like all those little featurettes that are on all the Blu-rays that come out, they pretty much add up to a feature-length doc every time. And like that's when we were kids, we never would have been able to get any access to any of that information unless you scoured every internet and every Fangoria issue that had interviews and pieced it all together yourself. You would never.
I didn't have internet when I was growing up, so I had to try to find things like Fangoria, like you're talking about, or any of those magazines. Another good one, just off the top of my head, is that Army of Darkness on the Scream Factory Blu-ray.
Oh my god, that made me cry. The special effects segment and like the actual raw behind the scenes of the K&B, I got teary-eyed because that's the life that I always wanted. When I was a kid, I thought I would end up being an effects artist and working in that world. And like the same with Leviathan, when I watched all the little documentaries about Image, the effects company, just watching them sculpting the suits and everything, like goofing around, and like that was what I always wanted as a kid. But I chose not to go to effects school, and I pursued directing and writing instead. And to this day, some days I lay in bed and think about what could have been if I would have gone a different direction.
Lay in bed with your skeletons.
I do. I do.
And I went to acting school and I couldn't afford it. And I was really close friends with like kids towards the end. And because I couldn't afford it, because I had issues at home, I went home, and all those friends that I was friends with are now, one's on Broadway touring, the other one is a stunt actor doing movies and is doubling for like major stars, and they're constantly getting work. And some things happen for a reason, but you have a good movie, and
I'm not like upset that I didn't go to effects school. Like I would have been horribly in debt, and I'm happy with where I am. But as far as just pure enjoyment, like when I'm sculpting or making gore and stuff, that's when I'm at my absolute happiest. Like I love doing effects work. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I love getting my hands dirty. Like the part of filmmaking that I really hate is the post-production where I'm on the computer all the time. I hate that because it's just dealing with like computer errors and stupid shit going wrong with the programs, like versus when I'm just working with my hands and I smudge something when I'm sculpting, I can fix it, or troubleshooting on set, like, oh, the blood tube broke. How am I going to fix this and rig it up with nothing but a corkscrew and some peanut butter? That's like I love that kind of problem solving, and that's
and a little bit of duct tape.
And a lot of that is on the Doomsday documentary. Like you'll see like us just kind of MacGyvering a bunch of stuff, especially that fucking bomb shelter door. Like that thing is made out of styrofoam and a PlayStation controller and water bottle caps. Like people's heads are going to explode when they see how cheap that thing was to make, because they are convinced that it's like solid steel. And then I bought it at like a scrapyard. It weighs like 6 ounces.
You had me fooled.
The magic of film.
Yeah, I gotta find that Fly, Mike. I'll send it to you when I find it.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. The Fly is a movie that I really feel like needs to get like an Arrow release or a Scream Factory release.
I absolutely agree with you. Yeah.
And I don't know why they wouldn't, because that did Scream Factory or Arrow license some Fox properties before, or am I thinking of something else? Because I know Warner Brothers with Creepshow took forever, but they finally got it. So
I don't remember actually. There probably are a couple of them, maybe.
Well, because like Criterion has like every other Cronenberg movie. I'm surprised.
Oh, you just mentioned Criterion. Criterion right now, Barnes & Noble website, all Criterion movies are 50% off.
Oh yeah,
50% off sale. Yeah.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Does that mean off the retail? So they're actually only like
they're still like
$20.
But yeah, they're still like $20, but
yeah, but there's some that still hold their price. Like when I got Videodrome for $20, There, I got Multiple Maniacs for $20. I got Female Trouble for $20. These are
Well,
Blu-ray.
no, $20 is worth it, but like, you know,
but I mean,
there's so many that I want.
On Amazon, some of them are still $25, $26.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to get Zatoichi. Zatoichi's like $250.
Holy Christ!
Like all the movies, but with the 50% sale, it's like 100 something, and that's like my favorite like samurai series, even though it's not horror. Sorry.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's The Blind Swordsman.
Okay.
How many movies are in that set?
I think there's 27.
Holy fuck!
And they're all feature length.
Oh my god!
And it's been the same.
It's not that steep.
It's been the same actor. Yeah, no, it's been the same actor for all the movies, and then the final one was rated R for gore and nudity, which is, the final one, in my opinion, is my favorite. But that came out in like 1989. But that's all action. I won't talk about it here, where we talk about horror and foam
Rosemary's
doors.
Baby's only $20 on.
Let's disregard that for the moment.
God damn you, Brian!
Why?
$20.
What is
Rosemary's Baby? I've been wanting that. I've been lusting after that forever.
Mother of Pearl?
I gotta cancel my Doomsday order from Scream Team.
Let's not do anything hasty here, Ray.
I may as well because shirts are going live tomorrow apparently. So
you did not see that.
Do not pay attention.
I'm talking
to the man
about
in the chat.
Rosemary Baby shirts. We're going live tomorrow. Not on Scream Team. Jesus Christ, Jared.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
You're like Booger from the Revenge of the Nerds.
Nice. I take that as a compliment.
Well, you're not like Snotty, so
Yeah,
you haven't gotten there yet.
Speaking of the Criterion thing, I got Eraserhead on Blu-ray for $15 at the last sale they had. I got Repo Man on Blu-ray too for like, fuck. Actually, wait, did I? Maybe I got the.
I got Repo Man too for like $17 with the sale.
Repo Man. I don't have the Blu-ray. They were sold out of the Blu-ray, so I got the DVD for like 12.
I have the Blu-ray.
I've actually never seen that movie.
Oh, it's so
Repo
good.
Man?
After watching Maximum Overdrive, I'm like, shit, I want to watch Repo Man again. Emilio.
Yeah. Emilio.
Yeah, so speaking of Maximum Overdrive, I saw Walmart does not have that anymore for $24. I'm glad I bought it when I did. It's like 2 days
good.
gone. But that Blu-ray set's definitely worth picking up. I'm almost through all the extras except for the commentary, and they're all really, really good. I do
Mike,
feel like
you're like an angel sent down from heaven with some of these, because I luckily got that from Walmart based on your recommendation.
I couldn't believe it was there. I've never seen them have like a Scream, Arrow, or Vestron at Walmart before. It was cheaper than anywhere else.
I've never seen that either.
But the Maximum Overdrive, the only thing I have to say about the extras, like, I feel like there's an elephant in the room that no one wants to talk about, and that's Stephen King hating the movie and like how he was super coked up the whole time. And they kind of skirt around it. They're just like, Steve is a little disappointed with the reception of the film, but no one will talk about anything further than that. Like, none of the actors talk about dealing with him on day-to-day set, like when he was clearly like drugged up. So I think that's really interesting. I'm hoping the commentary tracks talk about that a little bit.
Shed a little light on that.
Yeah, I think that would be really interesting. But there's a lot of really good stories that they talk about. I think it's really cool. A lot of talk about Dino De Laurentino. Yeah, I cannot fucking pronounce his name. The kid from that movie, an adult, and he talks about how he got auditioned and stuff, and he talks about dealing with Dino, and I think it's really funny to hear those stories. So it's definitely worth checking out.
I'm buying it.
Ah, shit. David Lynch's Mulholland Drive on Criterion's $20 on Barnes & Noble. God damn it.
I really don't like that movie.
I don't care for it either, but I am going to say, Brian, he's not even here, but fuck you for even pointing this out.
I know. Oh my God. Vampire, the silent film from 1930, $20.
Speaking of Mulholland Drive and Return of the Living Dead, we mentioned earlier, more brains. We should talk about James Karen passed away like 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Here we
I
go.
mean, he was really old, so that's good.
Yeah, he had a good run, but man, he was fucking amazing in Return of the Living Dead. And in Mulholland Drive, he's one of the few things in that movie I really liked. His performance was fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It was a small part,
But
but
it's
well, no, not that. But you're right. But his part in Poltergeist.
Oh my
oh
god.
yeah, Poltergeist. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a small part, but he was wonderful in that little part. I love that. That's one of my favorite parts about that movie was him. And then of course, Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2.
Here's a couple of the last time they had Criterion Collection had a sale. Repo Man on Blu-ray.
Yeah, the comic and stuff with it, like the DVD does. I love the packaging of that movie. Is great.
That is beautiful.
Booklet.
Yeah.
Hey Brian, share only your screen so we
What's
can
up?
see it. Share only your screen so we can see it.
Okay, do. There we go. Okay.
Damn, maybe John Waters is female trouble.
Yeah, dude, that Blu-ray is fucking amazing. There's so many extras on it.
That's
Oh boy.
Dude, it looks like a Windows 95 screensaver right now.
I'm not doing that right now.
That's not what I meant. I meant like, click on your screen only, like this. There we go.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay.
So we can just see your face.
All right, so we got Repo Man, the box. On the front, we got a bunch of punk art.
That's cool.
On the back, punk art. Got the cast right there and everything.
Oh,
Brady
yeah.
Stanton, who's no longer with us anymore.
That
And
is
inside, you have the Repo Man booklet. And it's an art book with a lattice of coincidence. I guess it's a memoir of how everything got started with Repo Man. And
Yeah, it was a great book. It looks like an old zine. I love that.
of course, it has the map and I guess some of the artwork.
Oh, that is a nice set.
Yeah, I got this for $17 with the sale. This is the Blu-ray, and then of course I picked up Scanners, which I haven't opened it up yet. This is the Blu-ray as well.
Like Scanners.
One of my favorite movies. I also have Naked Lunch somewhere.
Ooh, that's one I need to buy. Kevin Foster just got that, but I do
Wait,
not.
Mike, you don't like Scanners? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I liked it okay. I'd like to get Carnival of Souls Criterion.
Which one?
Carnival of Souls.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. No, you're talking about the old black and white movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the old one.
And the Blob. I don't like the Blob as much, but I wouldn't mind having that also.
The original movie. I mean, I respect it. I was shot near my house, so that's really cool.
Fucking Steve McQueen, man.
How do you feel? Oh, hold on. How do you feel about the Brood, Mike? I love the Brood.
I just sold my copy of The Brood to help pay for my fucking car repairs, my $600 car repair bill. Which I didn't even say this before. I didn't even post about this. That my car broke down twice after they fixed it. They fucked up the radiator 2 more times, and it dumped all the coolant while I was at the mall having meetings about the FYE signing. I got back out, all my coolant was gone, and I almost blew my head gasket. It was really bad.
Your real head gasket or your car head gasket?
The car head gasket. Like I my engine almost seized. Like it was
Not
a real
your Scanners head basket.
It was real bad a couple weeks. So I sold a bunch of my collectibles, but I got rid of the Brood. The Brood, I love the Brood because it's a really personal film by Cronenberg, but it's a very sterile film. I think The Fly is the only movie he made that has genuine warmth to it with the relationships in it. And I think The Brood is too clinical to work. I mean, I love the movie. I think there's really great stuff in it, and I can see the personal edge to it, but I think that it still comes off as
Shivers kind of has that same feel too.
I was gonna say I thought what's it called? Rabid had that personal feel to it as well.
Rabid.
I love that movie.
Yeah, Rabid is great. That was a great Blu-ray. I think Dead Ringers is the masterpiece of his, though. I mean, everyone will say that's a great fucking set.
What set is that?
I have the Criterion DVD of that. I need the Blu-ray.
Yeah, this is
Didn't Scream Factory release that?
No, that was the Criterion. Scream Factory did Rabid and Dead Ringers.
This is Blu-ray. Yeah, it's Blu-ray. There it is. Blu-ray down here.
Scream Factory did Dead Ringers, but Criterion did Dead Ringers first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the only difference between the Criterion version and the Scream Factory one is Criterion. Well, the Scream Factory has more extras now because it's newer, but there's no Cronenberg commentary. That was on the Criterion one, and they didn't get it, which drives me nuts. But I did find it on YouTube, and I downloaded it. I didn't listen to it yet, though.
Huh.
But that pissed me off. Like, when you have a movie, like a Cronenberg movie with no commentary track, that's not cool. I need a commentary on Dead Ringers. Like, that's my favorite movie of all time.
Really?
It is. It's become my favorite movie, and I think between that and Bubba Hotep, and I think that like Dead Ringers is the most Cronenberg of all the Cronenberg movies without having all the crazy like body horror special effects and stuff. Like just philosophically and tone wise, it's so Cronenberg. And I don't know, there's something about it, Jeremy Irons' performance. Like I'm hypnotized whenever I watch that movie. I watched it like 4 times.
Yeah, he's great.
Good. He's my favorite director. That man. If I can make a movie that's half as good as him on his worst day, I will die happy, man. Like, his stuff is brilliant. Seriously.
Well, Cronenberg said the same thing about Doomsday, though.
Yeah. Dude, if Cronenberg saw Doomsday, I would probably fucking shrivel up into a pile of goo and die of terror. I met him when I was a kid. I was like 12, and I just asked him about the slime and the fly because I was an idiot kid and didn't know anything about anything. Now I would kill to go back in time and just grill him with 1,000 questions about everything because he's such a brilliant fucking genius.
I could listen to talk like watching the Rabid Blu-ray, and there's an interview with him. He's a guy that I think I could listen to talk a lot. You know,
he's like frighteningly articulate. Like he is able to discuss anything in his philosophy in his head so beautifully and unpretentiously, and it just kills me because I ramble and go in circles and get like super excitable and shit, and you like ask him this incredibly complex question and he'll just give you like a dissertation like that, and it makes perfect sense and it's beautifully spoken. I'm so envious of that ability to communicate. Like I really respect everything he says, and all of his like Cronenberg on Cronenberg, that book, like it blew my skull apart. There's so much in that book that he had said about his movies that I was writing into masterwork, and then I read that book and I would just start like putting bookmarks in different pages because I'm like, oh my God, I literally am like writing this scene and this is exactly the philosophy he's talking about in this book. And I'm like, that's insane.
What's masterwork? What's
that?
What's masterwork?
Oh, it's actually called Passion Project now, Ray. That's hopefully a future release from Scream Team releasing.
Yeah. I'll send you a casting couch audition video for you, Mike.
Yeah. We'll see if you guys all out there, if everyone buys a White Doomsday Blu-ray, I might be able to afford to make this movie.
And just for selfish reasons, if you don't, then he can help me make my movie.
That's right.
Well, if I'm able to do masterwork, I'll have that much more experience and be able to shoot it so much quicker, Ray.
I want the raw Mike Lombardo from The Stall and Blowjob in a Can from my movie. That's what I want.
I think you get the raw Mike Lombardo.
Raw and unfettered.
Mike Lombardo on my bed.
Speaking of documentaries and raw Mike Lombardo, there should be sometime in the near future a documentary called The Brilliant Terror that was being directed about grassroots horror filmmaking. I was one of the lead subjects in that documentary. They filmed me for 4 years. I'm sorry, 5 years. They filmed me on set of The Stall every day, on Long Pig and a little bit of Doomsday. And they covered like the death threats, my mom in the hospital, my dad passed away, all that stuff. He was there for all of that. So you will be able to see the raw Mike Lombardo. And if you ever wanted to see me cry, then you should probably watch that documentary because they got me in some really, really, really raw moments.
God damn.
They were filming, and that's coming out soon. They've been working on that for like 5 years. I'm really excited to see it. They told me I fucked up the movie because I was just supposed to be a random interview, and then I became like one of the leads. So I'm very excited. But T.F. Oderblom, which you'll see in the credits of a couple of the recent movies, he directed that.
Oh wow!
So that's going to be very cool. But I don't have any real news on that. I'm waiting to hear when that's going to come out. But that should be a nice addition to Doomsday and The Stall if you guys want to see all the behind the scenes. See the misery that I go through for these films.
Do you think it's worth an extra $1.50 to get Rosemary's Baby in 2 days, or wait and get it in 3 to 6 days.
No, I always opt for faster shipping, and then I don't watch the stuff for like 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, it's the kid in me that wants to get it immediately.
Yeah,
So,
no, exactly,
Instant gratification,
yeah, exactly. So Amazon has Rosemary's Baby for $22.97, which they dropped the price from $26, and with shipping, it's $22.97. But now Amazon has tax, and it's 24.07 or something like that. So it's like, what do I do? So I'm thinking about, I'll get it.
The cheaper price, only because then if you're kind of disappointed with it or anything, you're like, well, I only paid this much for it. Because in the long run, you're gonna forget about it.
I doubt I'll be disappointed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but I mean, you'll forget about the 2 extra days you waited in the long run, but you'll never forget money on it.
I won't. I'll never forget. Just like
Jesus,
when I ordered Creepshow. I'm terrible about this. I ordered Creepshow, and it was coming. I ordered Perfect Time. It came on Halloween, and like I kept thinking to myself, like, I hope it gets here. I hope it gets here. I hope it gets here the whole day. And it showed up. I'm like, yeah, finally.
That's what happened with me and fucking House on Haunted Hill. I wanted it so bad. Oh, and speaking of which, I should have had you buy it at V-Stock because mine was damaged when it came. It's not too bad. Check it out. It's, well, you guys can see that. Just this little.
Oh yeah, I hate that though.
It's not that bad, but it's still cheaper than anywhere else. I'm like, yeah. Fuck.
That's partially because they shrink wrap the
flip case.
Yeah, the flip case.
That's what did it. It was too tight and it kind of mushed it a little bit.
Well, let me take a look at mine.
Oh shit! Lone Wolf and Cub is also available.
Yeah, actually, Mike, mine is in pretty good shape.
Yeah, that's the only imperfection I have on mine is just that little spot. But was yours shrink wrapped on the outside too?
Congratulations, gentlemen.
What? I wanted so mine came the day after Halloween. I guess that was yesterday. I wanted it on Halloween so I could show Lex Quinn because I'm like, this is the perfect movie to watch on Halloween, and not come. So mad.
Well, you got to be used to not coming for Lex Quinn, though, right?
So we're running low on time here. I know we started tonight's episode at 9:30. We're ending it tonight at 11:30. Let's run a couple final things before we extra ourselves. Anything you guys want to talk about for in the last past or next 5 minutes?
Is there anything on Facebook comment wise?
Oh, there is. Lex Quinn.
Hey, Lex Quinn.
Lex Quinn, there she is.
Quinn.
She's a target.
Yes. Yes, I indeed.
Hey, Lex, are you super excited about Doomsday coming to Blu-ray?
Yes.
Give us your 2 cents.
What's up?
Give us your 2 cents on how excited you are.
What's up?
Go ahead.
Okay. I checked Facebook today and I saw that everybody was fucking sharing it like crazy. It looks really good on the website. I'm really proud of Mike for getting it distributed and everything. And I feel like it's going to be very successful. It already is. Like there's over 50 pre-orders at FYE?
Yes.
Over 50 of those and then all the stuff that's coming in off the site. So
sorry, not to interrupt. Speaking of which, I got a text. There are only 13 stockings left, everybody. So if you're out there watching this,
out of 40.
Because I don't think they're going to last the night.
How many did you?
There was 40 originally, 40. So I would probably pick that up quick. Let's go.
I mean, I was the one who ordered all 27, but anyway, that's awesome. Yeah, Justin told me that it's selling really well. So.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well right now.
Yes, I'm very happy and excited for Mike. I think the Blu-ray looks good because I know he was talking about wanting to get a different colored case for it, like white or red or something. But when I saw the blue on it, it actually looks better than I thought because I felt like the blue gave it like a really chill or cold feel to it. I don't know how to explain it, but it made it feel colder.
We had talked about doing the clear case, and I know that we're debating changing it.
I like the blue better.
Only because people tend to get confused when they see a blue case at a convention. They instantly think it's just a Blu-ray as opposed to a combo. And if it's a clear case, it doesn't really kind of show one way or the other, so people tend to look at it. But ours, I believe, is the only release of his that has it written it hasn't written on the case. Like, we designed it to say that so people can't mistake it. Like, it's not a sticker or anything. It's literally across the top. It says.
Yeah, I'm looking.
He's comparing other releases, really.
Absolutely, that's the only one because everyone else just says collector's edition.
Because like the sleeper had a sticker, and Justin had said a couple people did that. I only did that because people get like that's the first question people ask when I'm out like at FYE or at Walmart, and they're like, "Wait, is this a Blu-ray or a DVD?" I'm like, "It's both," and they don't understand. So I made sure we put it on the covers. I knew that was going to be a thing. And I think that eventually DVDs are going to die off, probably in the next year or two, I feel like. And it's just going to be Blu-ray, straight Blu-ray, and then we're going to get into 4K Blu-ray, and then regular Blu-rays will die. But, you know, until
that'll be a few more years.
Hopefully they'll bring back video cassette.
Well, I mean, Scream Team Releasing is doing just that. It's available on ScreamTeamReleasing.com.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my Volumes of Blood cup coaster over here. I think PJ came to my house and snagged it from me because I was treating it poorly. Yeah, that one.
There it is.
I actually have coasters for any guest that comes to my house.
Yeah.
I have plenty of coasters.
Wait, let me see real quick. Hold these up. Look at those coasters.
And they're fine too. That's okay. Vine's Blood is what it is. I really like Eric, one of PJ's assistants or whatever he is.
Yeah, Eric. He was really nice when we met
Really
at
nice.
Horror Hound.
Yeah. Inadvertently talked me out of buying bootleg copies of movies. And the way he did it was just by talking. So anyway, I can't wait to get my new coaster.
There's two coasters in it too, which is exciting.
I'm really excited because I'm going to take the disc and use it as a coaster.
I'm really excited for people to see the reversible artwork. I think that's the thing I'm most excited about. And then people that have already seen the movie, when they open it and see the discs, I'm just really, really excited because that's like the whole package is really important to me. Like, that's how I feel when I would buy like old CDs and stuff, like booklet and everything. And I feel like there was definitely an art to the packaging that's kind of lost these days.
I'm excited for the people to look at the disc and be like, what is this? And they put it in and watch the movie and figure it out.
I want someone to complain to Justin that they tried to eat the disc.
Yeah. No, that'll be me. That'll be me. I'm gonna write Justin an email and be like,
you're gonna use your Bong of the Living Dead, and then
I'm gonna smoke my bowl before I take a bite out of the DVD. No, yeah, the DVD, because DVD and I guess it's gonna be irrelevant in the next 2 years. So I'll take a bite out of that while smoking the bowl I got from Bong of the Living Dead. How cool would that be if they actually like gave out bongs for Bong of the Living Dead? I would have paid a little extra for that.
Well, they gave pipes.
Yeah.
For tobacco use only, of course.
Yeah, for tobacco.
Were they branded as Bong of the Living Dead, or are they just skull pipes?
They're skull pipes.
Okay, I don't know if they said bong or not. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, no.
They have the one thing that we didn't get for Doomsday was slipcovers. I didn't know that was an option, and I probably would have harassed Justin to get them if I had known. But I'm sure they're extremely expensive and a pain in the ass to put together, but man, that would be really cool.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining everyone, all of us tonight. Today we talked about the new Scream Team releasing of one of our favorite people here on the Horrorson kit, Mike Lombardo. And yeah, so my name is Brian Enright. You can follow me on Facebook at Brian Enright or Twitter and Instagram at The Horror Jew. Up next, we have Jared Letourneau. Jared, where can we find you?
You guys can follow me on Facebook at Jared Letourneau, or if you find me on Twitter where I do not do much, you can follow me at zombie_survivor.
All right, thank you very much. And we're switching the order here tonight. Up next, we have our president of the Horror Syndicate, Razor. Rick, where can we find you?
I've already said this. Following Mike Lombardo, picking up all his cherry tomato-sized turds. And at Razor_33 on Twitter if you want to follow me there, or Razor33 on Instagram.
Oh,
Find me on Grind.
Lex.
All right. Well, thank you
Is
very,
Lex in a towel again?
She
Thank
is
you very
in a
much,
towel
Ray.
again.
Yes, I am.
Michael.
and,
That's right. The Horror Syndicate Lives mascot, Towel Lex.
Where's that action figure?
and of course, last but not least, award-winning director Lex Quinn. Where can we find you?
In a towel behind Mike.
Find him in Mike's shower. You can find me at www.realsplatter.com, facebook.com/realsplatter, but most importantly at screamteamreleasing.com, where you can pre-order I'm Dreaming for White Doomsday on Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS. Thank you, everyone who has bought it, and thank you to everyone in the future who will buy it after watching this episode.
Thank you very much. Everyone have a safe, great night, and yeah, cheers.
God bless.